Got here another Eurorack module. This is a BEFACO Voltio kit. Really for an accurate reference voltage, but you do need a like 4-digit multimeter to set it up correctly. So I'm going to be using the Alien Tech DM40C. Not sponsored, I bought that with my own money. It should be good enough to do it. I need quite a high resolution to set it up correctly. Get all the bits out. I'm going to mark the resistors up first. Resistors in there, normal diodes, I think. That's the front cover. It's marked on there, voltage and all the keys as well. That's good. Oh, that's all the bits already on there. It's handy. Got some surface mounts. Snap them off and turn them. Doesn't look like there's any resistors in there. Mainly diodes, trimmers, and slightly op amps in there, is it? Right, we'll have a look at them in a minute. What's this? Heatsink blaster. Can't see any heatsinks in there. There's a heatsink in. Not seeing any heatsinks in there. Interesting. And it's got a banana plug output as well, actually. Yeah, 2mm ones over. Smaller banana plug output. You can actually use it as a reference power supply as well. Right. Let's get all the bits out. Continuing with the Voltio from BEFACO, all the diodes run over the top of the pre-soldered SMD chips, which are LM336s, which are voltage reference chips, but I've never seen that before where you go over the top of it, and that's what that heat spreading goop's for. So it actually goes over the top to spread the heat out from them, so they need to be pretty flat. I took extra care on that, getting them flat. And all the resistors are pre-soldered on as well there. 0603 resistors pre-soldered, so not actually that many components to go on this. Next up I've got a couple of capacitors and the 20 turn potentiometers, trimmers. And then we've got the front panel with the output sockets and a couple of rotary switches, I think, are in there. Now the instructions say to put the electrolytics in now, but they actually stick up further than the pin headers. And so put the pin headers on first, but what I usually do is put the potentiometers in, then put the pin headers loose on the board, both boards together, put them together, and then do the pin headers in there. So they're set exactly right for both boards then. Oh, you'll see what I mean. I'm not explaining that very well, but right, when putting the let's turn that off. When putting the headers and sockets on, So I've got the higher components in there, which are the trimmers, and we get the loads of flaps on there. Get the pin headers in there. Do the power one after. And then I put the boards together. These are still loose in here, not soldered. Put the boards together where they'll rest. Like that. Now that's resting on the trimmers, whatever's sticking out further. And now when you solder those, you're sure that it's definitely lined up. So now they're both soldered both sides. You can separate them, and they're perfectly lined up then. The next time you put them back together. And a little tip. Power one on. Way too much flaps on there. I usually use a slightly thinner solder for doing the plastic socket. It melts quicker and you're not holding the heat on there for so long. That's everything soldered except for the 2mm banana plugs. I recommend to do a test on it first before soldering them, because it would be quite difficult to unsolder them, I guess. And that ties the front cover, front panel into that board pretty much permanently until you unsolder them again anyway. So I've left them out. Then I'll put the boards together and go and give it a test. Make sure there's an output and that the output changes with I actually hit on there as well. Goggles on for this one. Not sure that my right hand's going to have enough power in that. Should go together now. Put the little standoff in there as well. That should now. Yeah, there you go. Perfect fit. Okay, let's go and see if it's got an output and whether the output changes with the rotary switches, just to make sure the switches are in properly before you completely solder it. Battery ran out. Swapped over, I think they're running out of overheating. Leave it alone. Yeah, well, there you go. 0. Solid. Right, so I'm staying perfect now. that one was -5 offset. The next one to do is adjust this to 0 and turn that to 0 to 10, and then adjust that trimmer to read 0 again. The 0 10 trimmer. Which one's that? That's that one there. Which way are we going? There we go. Hang on 0. And the next one. That one. Next one is that switch all the way up to 10. And then 10 volts. I have to change the range on that to 60 volts. Let's do that. This one all the way around to 10. And I need to go 60 volt range for that one then. Semitone switch at 6 o'clock. That is that one there and that one there. Adjust the semitone from 9.167. Not far off, is it? And that's what was written on the board. 9.617. Up. 9.167. Doing it the wrong way. 9.16 I can do on it. There you go. And then next time we check if all steps match the exact values. Right. We've got these 9.167. That one's over there. Hopefully that's all in shot. Move the leads now. Now I've got my fingers and I shorten out the back. 9.16. So page 8.33, yeah. 75. Yeah. 666. 583. 4167. 333. 258. 166. 167. Yeah. 83 and 0. Yes. I'm going to add in 5 to 10 volts. Use one of these. Prevent power supply. Trying to confirm I've done that properly. So that now in there should be 6 volts. And it is 6.09 6209, so take those out. That should be what's coming out of that power supply then. And it is. Perfect. That is it all set up. And that's it for that one. Thanks for watching, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you later.